Story 1. I'm divorcing my asexual wife. Me and my wife are both in our early 30s and have been together for 8 years and married for 4. About a year after we got married, my wife came out as asexual. Before this, our sex life was great. This change was really hard for me, as my love language is physical touch. It also wasn't just no sex. She now did not want to be held or hold hands or any form of touch unless she wanted something. This caused a lot of stress and problems in our relationship. We went to therapy and she suggested an open marriage, which I did not want. She also suggested the use of toys, which I also did not want. It was a lot of back and forth for a couple years, and I just didn't feel loved in this relationship. She travels a lot on the weekends, so we also rarely spend time together. This year, I brought up the idea of a divorce, and she wasn't not happy. She thinks I'm giving up on this relationship, but I just can't do it anymore. Therapy isn't working, and she doesn't want to compromises. I also want to say I have no problem with her being asexual, more the fact that I don't feel loved in this relationship. Also, I do like to add that I work a salary job and she is still on hourly. The house we live in is paid for, and I helped her pay for her car as well. Edit 1. She wants an open relationship for me, not for both. She basically wants me to fulfill my sexual needs only with someone else too. She wants me to use toys on myself, and how do you fulfill my sexual needs either through someone else or toys. Eve also commented a different update, but I'll put it here. Amalili says, the divorce is understandable. You are not physically compatible. She can't expect you to stay when she isn't giving you what you need. Eric 848448 says, giving up? You are not required to be miserable. I wish you luck. Chpuslo says, I will agree with the other commenters. Being asexual is one thing, but the fact that you said you missed feeling loved, I think that is the biggest indicator that you should leave the relationship. You deserve the love that you want. And if you're not receiving it from yours, so then I think you have the right to leave the relationship. Story 2. Our 4-year-old passed away. I have been in denial for the past 4 months and I'm having a hard time coping. Our son passed away 5 months after being diagnosed with a high-grade glioma, malignant brain cancer. It feels so strange to exist in a life where I don't have my son. I'm currently in therapy. I honestly don't see myself ever being happy again. Losing him broke me to the core. It just doesn't make sense. I miss him so much, I would trade all the things I have just to see him again. I can't even talk about his final hours, but it plays in my head over and over. I'm a mess. I just want peace. All I can say is enjoy and love your children. Yes, some days are hard, but a hard day is better than a forever silent one without them. Cherish them and take lots of photos. Hold them and cuddle them and smell them. Just love them. But some paint make memory handprints. Just please love your babies. Bratcake says, my daughter passed away last March. To say it was devastating is an understatement. So many holidays and birthdays hit so soon afterwards, and I never ever thought I'd be able to feel any less pain. It does get better. You'll one day, maybe in a year from now, not cry so often. You'll even have days that you won't cry at all. I know that seems impossible, but I promise it won't always be the same kind of pain. You'll still think of him every second of every day, but it will be less painful for the most part, and you'll be able to feel him around you at the strangest times. I'm so sorry you're going through this. It's a terrible loss and the most horrible thing any parent could go through. My hope is that you'll find comfort in hugging some of his plushies or a blanket, as we have found that seems to help us when we are feeling the worst. Abject_opening_9511 says, your DNA changed when that boy became your son. He is literally forever with you. Talk about him, enjoy the memories, tell the funny stories. Death makes others uncomfortable, but they can deal when it's you keeping your son's memory bright and beautiful. So much warmth to you. Thanks for sharing his memory with me. It's Noniabuzz says, one foot in front of the other. Keep breathing. Some days that's the best you can do. I happened to see this yesterday. Edit, wow. This really touched many of you. I'm so glad to have shared something that maybe helped a little. Thank you, Stefan Pastis. Thanks for watching. I love you. Follow Reddit Echoes for more.